Hi, I'm Kathy Callahan Brady, and welcome to In the Trenches. This is FITCI's Lessons Learned series, and today we've got something really fun and really exciting that we're doing.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Fun and exciting.
Exactly. You're ready for this, right? This is Nick Irons, and part of the reason why this is so special is because we are celebrating our 15-year anniversary. So we're doing this whole this history lesson of FITCI over the last 15 years. And the whole theme is around adventure ready, making dreams come true. Because FITCI has made a lot of dreams come true, but it kind of fits in with you and what you do, don't you think? I mean, and that's the reason why you're going to be our keynote speaker, too.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm honored that you asked me to do it. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm all about is making crazy ideas happen. It's what I've always done, and that's what I'm all about.
Well, you know, I think some of the lessons that we can learn here, I know when people come on board, they're always talking about whether they can finish this race or not. And I know that relates to you.
Yes, absolutely. What I'm sort of known for, one of the things I'll be talking about when I do my speech is the persistence that you need. My claim to fame, if you want to call it that, is I swam the length of the Mississippi River. I swam 1,600 miles down the Mississippi.
Well, that's just a little
overnight
trip, right?
Yeah, just a little swim. Right. But what's funny, it was a while ago, so I look back on it now, I'm like, oh my God, how did I do that? So it's good even for me to remember what it took to do that. But I did, my dad has multiple sclerosis, and so it was a fundraiser for MS. And obviously you can imagine all the things that it took to do an event like that. Main one being persistence, you know, basically when you don't want to get back in and jump in that brown water the next day. You had to do it.
And keep going and keep going.
Exactly.
And keep going.
And I'm sure any entrepreneur out there has those days where like, oh, I can't do it. Can't do it. I'm staying home today.
Exactly.
Got to go in.
Right.
So.
And it takes longer than you thought, always, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot harder than it really,
Yeah. And any entrepreneur out there who've done it for a while will say, yep, it's when I started, I thought it was going to be easy and all these customers and my employees would be wonderful. And that would happen. But
of course. Never happens that way. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think you said it'd be great.
If we have no customers and no employees, it would be perfect.
Yes.
It would be
Life
easy.
would be easy.
But we'd have no money and no business. So, minor details.
Yeah.
Of course, not my employees, though.
Right.
They're perfect. I'm kidding. They really
Mine
are.
either.
But seriously, I mean, there's a lot of lessons that you have because you are an entrepreneur true and true, and you've had very good success stories and stuff. So we're looking forward to them. I think the biggest one is really just having that persistence.
And having the persistence and also remembering why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's so easy to remember that when you're on day 1 or day 100, but 3 years into it, when you're still in the slog of it or in the trenches of it, it helps to remember why you started the business or got into it in the first place, why you're doing what you're doing.
And you teach this now too, because that's all a part of your business.
Yeah,
for people who want to do crazy things like you.
I have a couple businesses right now. I have a personal training studio where I get people in shape. I have employees who do that. I also have a new startup that gets people ready for adventure travel trips. So if they want to do Kilimanjaro, I will get them ready for Kilimanjaro. So, and there's the physical part of it, but then there's also the mental part, which is realizing that on the trip there are going to be times when they don't want to go on. So how do you make sure that they're able to take that next step and go the next 100 feet up to to the summit? So it's a combination of both physical and mental.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why I really wanted you to speak, because you're going to be speaking to a bunch of entrepreneurs, but you're also going to be speaking at Hood College. So a lot of the students will be there too. And no different than starting a business. I can remember long ago having to get up and go to class and keep going too. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
So you being able to talk about some of those lessons and how you train people on that is going to be pretty exciting.
I'm excited. Yeah. It's what's really fun about it is these are things that I've learned and I like to share with other people. I mean, I'm sure you're the same, where you've learned lessons in business that if you can stop somebody else from running into the same problems, and you've accomplished something.
Yeah,
so
that's for sure.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of thing. I can teach what I've learned either through my swim or through business. looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to give away all of the lessons and stuff like that, but one thing I can say, as an investor and talking to lots of other investors, there's many different ideas out there and many different businesses, but what they look for most is whether that person is going to have the gumption, the grit, the perseverance, whatever you want to call
Nice.
it, to make it to the finish line.
Yeah.
Because you just never know.
And having that, not only do you have to have that, but you also have to convey that to other people. So
Do you think
having
you can teach it?
teaching the patent.
Yeah, do you think you can teach them to like?
I think I can. You know,
Yeah.
I think all entrepreneurs have that passion in them. So it's just naturally being themselves around people and just getting them as excited as you are about your idea.
Okay.
That can definitely be taught.
Well, I'm sorry we have to wait until January 30th for all of this because I know a lot of people need this motivation and stuff right now. But
Well, some of it comes at the new year with the whole New Year's resolution
There we go.
type thing. But
Perfect.
I'll be there to give them any help they want.
well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the stories and
Thank
stuff
you.
too and the lessons. So thank you again for coming in. I so
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you guys check us out on In the Trenches. You're going to hear so many more stories in terms of the lessons that we've learned and the history of FITCI. So it's fitzy.org. Until then.